Hey, Mrs. Stevenson, this is Ethan Madrid, and this is my Unit 3 through 4 performance task. The name of my world is New Testament Land. Here we go. So here we are, New Testament Land, and our first ride has to do with people losing their faith in God when they started out as being faithful people. So they start out in heaven, this white area, or serenity, not heaven, sorry. And they make a mistake, and they go to their dark area, which is here, and they feel like all is lost, but God knows, and He brings them back to their time of peace and serenity. So that was our first ride. And this next ride has to do with Jesus dying for our sins, even though He didn't have to, and it shows how much He loved all of us, and it shows that loving our enemies is harder than loving our friends. So here we have an example of the wolf is the bully, and the sheep is the young child, and the bully bullies the sheep, and then the passengers have to go and decide who they would love more. And the people who choose the child, the sheep, I guess, most of the people do this, they go through and they don't get a prize. But the people who choose the bully, they get a reward, because it's harder to love our enemies than it is to love our friends. So they get a bonus for loving the enemy, or the wolf. Our last ride has to do with the luminous mysteries, and the passengers will enter, and they have to go through the entire maze and memorize the luminous mysteries. So here we have the baptism in Jordan. They'd have to memorize what the picture looks like. Then we get to the wedding in Cana, where Jesus turns water into the wine. And then we have the proclamation of the kingdom, where Jesus is speaking to all of His followers about joining and becoming people of God. And then we have the transfiguration of Jesus on the mount and His followers in awe that He has returned. And then we have the institution of the Eucharist, one of the most important of the luminous mysteries. And then if the passengers get it right, they have to talk to this guy, and if he grants them, they can go and receive their prize. And that's it. Cool.